The first issue we'll address is the question of how much time should be spent in blocked, serial, or random practice. Block practice is when a player repeats exactly the same shot over and over again. For example, the cross-court topspin forehand our player is now demonstrating. Serial practice consists of a set sequence of shots and repeating that sequence over and over again, as we now see our player hitting 2 deep topspin forehands in a row, and then an angled forehand to the cross-court side tee. Another example of serial practice is for several players to hit approach shots and volleys. In this phase of practice, you will also notice that we are using highly visual training aids to assist players in locking in the visual pattern of the shots as well as the physical or kinesthetic skill. A quick word of advice is that after some time with visual aids, perhaps 15 to 20 minutes, it is critical to then remove the aids and have them continue to make sure the players can still visualize their target zones. Finally, there's random practice, which is most similar to match play with live balls instead of fed balls in play. In random practice situations, most coaches just tell players to play points and keep score. However, a more effective practice habit would be to create what I like to call focus issues, and through some rule modifications, reward success from specific shots. For example, assuming that the practice session of the day concentrated on cross-court backhands to open up the court, here we see our players in a random exercise with focus on moving their opponents wide on their backhand side. We have even extended the backhand side single sideline with the rope zone rope. The rules are simple. If a player pulls their opponent's feet outside that extended sideline, they immediately win 2 points and start a new point. All other points won score a single point. For less advanced players, try the same drill with the same rules, hitting cross-court mini-tennis. Another aspect of top coaching and practicing is to encourage the transition from blocked to serial to random drilling at all levels, not just for more advanced players. Even beginning tennis classes should include random drilling for players to learn how to practice with one another. The only adjustment to ensure success for less experienced players is to have them hit in a more confined area. It is also important to recognize that blocked and serial practices are best accomplished with ball machines and that the 50% overlearning principle should be established. This principle states that to really lock in a skill, players should continue to practice that skill 50% longer than it took them to master it in the first place. However, studies show that practicing beyond that 50% overtraining point can actually have a negative effect.